Hey everyone, it's Llynks, and I wanted to go over some songwriting basics with you. I've been teaching songwriting for over 4 or 5 years. I think it's super therapeutic and really helpful, especially in times like these. I want to go over things like writer's block, song structure, song form, and rhyme scheme. And I eventually want to get into each topic with its own video. But for now, I want a basic kind of overview of how to get you started writing your first song. Like and subscribe if you are into this type of thing. I'm staying in an Airbnb right now, so I'm in the kitchen / living / dining room. So I don't have a studio yet, but for now, I'm making do. I don't have a mic stand. I'm just kind of doing this on the fly. If you've never written a song before, you're probably thinking, how do I start? How do I get motivated? How do I get myself into this zone where I'm just like this artistic genius? I've been there, and I know that there can be a lot of pressure that we put on ourselves to just kind of be like, well, why? There's so much good art out there, and it's like, whew, like, okay, well, I guess we'll try to do that too. But it's not like that. I mean, the point is just to make art and to love it yourself and to make yourself happy. And if it also makes other people happy, then yeah, it's great. What I always tell my students if they are struggling to start is start writing stream of consciously. So just write down anything that comes to your head. No matter if it's nonsense or if it makes sense or you're judging yourself or not, just write, and write for 5 minutes at the very least, and just keep writing. And I'll stand there while the student is physically, I'm making them write in front of me, just so they're aware of, what good can come out of it. After they're done writing, I will have my students circle different words or phrases that stick out to them that they could potentially write a song from. You're going to circle a word or a phrase, and you're going to take what you circle and you're going to put it onto a new document. And then you're going to start writing specifically about that word or phrase that stuck out to you. Like, say, I've got the word pool. I could either take this nostalgic route for that. I could maybe pool brings me back to when I grew up and swimming in this pool, and I talk about my childhood. Or, I'm in this pool of shame right now, and I talk about that. There's just a lot of different ways you can use these words and eventually make songs out of them. If an amazing song comes out of this, or if it's just a way to get yourself closer to yourself, it's a really great exercise. Please tell me if this works for you, or if you have any questions or comments. Tell me if this helps you or not, or if you want me to explain something in a different way, because I will gladly do that for you too. So on that note, you want to think about the mood of your song. What universe do you want the listener to be in? What world do you want to create for them? What reaction do you want from them? This is huge. Basically, you want your listener to have a reaction. That's what's going to make them love your song and listen to it over and over again. You want to give them something to relate to, for them to not feel alone in their experience. Do you want people to dance? That's awesome. We all need that right now. Keep that in mind when you're writing your melodies and lyrics and instrumentation. Just think about your mood as you're writing. We also have song structure. Basically, it's how you order the elements of your songs. So you've got verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus. That's a very popular way, a very popular song structure. I'll link or write down below some popular song forms and song structures for you to kind of have reference to, because that's going to make things seem less scattered, and just if you have like a clear and organized form waiting for you to write to, it's going to be an easier time for you. Your verse is going to set up the scene to your song. You're going to use a lot of descriptive language. It's a very important part of your song because it's the first thing people listen to. You want your verses to be super engaging, and you want to capture the listener like pretty much immediately. So you want each verse to kind of relate to what you're saying in the chorus. You want all these things to relate to your chorus, which is the main part of your song. Your song title will be something you say in the chorus or something you repeat in the chorus. Your chorus is your just main, like, this is the point of my song. putting it all out there. Very catchy part of your song usually is what people remember. Basically, you want all your verses to relate to that. And then you throw a pre-chorus in there sometimes, if you want a pre-chorus or not, to kind of hype and support that chorus. So that's going to kind of be your transition from your verse to your chorus. It's all kind of like this arc. It's a story. So you got your verse. It's kind of just going to like set the scene. Then you're going to like hype it up with your pre-chorus. And then you got your chorus, which is like the part of the song. And then you're going to kind of go back to your verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Your bridge is going to be the element of your song that changes. So you're going to introduce a new element, either lyrically, melody-wise, or chord-wise, usually to make sure the listener doesn't get bored of listening to the same things over and over again. So yeah, and then you're going to do your super hype chorus like twice or something. I'll link some examples of rhyme scheme below too, or just write them out. But basically, if you have like an A-B rhyme scheme in your verse, every second and fourth lines will rhyme. And we'll go more into that later in a different video. A really good resource for rhymes, and I might get some hate for this, but I use it religiously. It's called Rhyme Brain. If you don't know it, it's a site. You just search rhymebrain.com and you input your word that you want to find a rhyme to, and it's going to come up with like a trillion words that rhyme with it, and it's going to be near rhymes, and things that almost rhyme with it, or exact rhymes, or it's great. It supports ideas. It might give you an idea of something to talk about that you didn't necessarily think of before seeing that word. So it's a really good tool that I always use. I always recommend my students to use this because it's a fantastic tool. Check it out. I'll link that below as well. The last thing I'll talk about in this video is something called prosody. So prosody is singing the literal word, like how the words, what the word is. I'm going to give an example of this. So if I'm singing the word suspension, basically you suspend the word suspension while you're singing it. So instead of going suspension, really fast, you suspend it, literally. Suspension. I don't know, but you're suspending the word literally. If you're saying the water's falling, you descend that line. So instead of being like, the water's falling, like going up, you go down. The water's falling. You're saying the word falling, and then your voice is falling with it. So that's what prosody is. Those are a few things that encompass songwriting, kind of like the basics. If you like this, please let me know, and I'll go more in detail of different elements. There's so much to talk about, and I feel like I'm just like not making this short enough. But yeah, basically, if you have any questions or comments, just let me know below. I'll include links in my own work. Again, I teach. If you want to set up a lesson with me, we can do that. I also have a Patreon page where I'm going to start posting these videos a lot more often. So I just want to give you guys the confidence and like the mindset that you can do this. It's a skill that you can learn. So just want to say that, so you do it, just do it. I have one song out under Llynks right now called Slow Burn, so check it out. And I have a song coming out on Friday called Patterns Through Seams, so look for that. Stay safe out there, keep clean, wash your hands, and yeah, I look forward to doing more of these if you want them. Again, I'm Llynks, and yeah, have a great rest of your day.